My involvement in designing the plaza at Source Park that started last year, right after they did Battle of Hastings, I knew it was going to be a challenge, and I knew that there was, after riding it and after pedaling around a little bit last winter, I knew there was definitely some things that I would want to change, and there was also some things that I loved, so I didn't want it to lose its, what it already had going for it, but there was also some things that maybe could be updated and some things that could maybe be a little bit better use of space, and so here we are today. We got it. Things that I designed in the past were maybe a more open space or a more traditional space of like just a plain rectangle or something like that. But the way this building is, it's got a lot of character, and it's awesome because it's kind of a historic building that has a lot of character, but there's poles, there's sort of walls that might have little notches cut out of them. Working around all those things and basically making something that's unique was a challenge, but it was kind of fun. It made us kind of rethink the basics, and it was definitely a good challenge and a welcome challenge. I'd only visited here twice, so having it be so far away and sitting in front of a computer screen was basically quite a challenge, because you can't actually just come over here and measure stuff. So there was some pretty funny points when this was being designed. I was working with my friend Jeff Klugowitz, and he's in Milwaukee, and I live over on the East Coast in Washington, D.C., so there's a bunch of space between us, so it was a lot of phone calls and Skype and FaceTime. And there was a funny point when I was designing it, actually, where I was sitting, I was like sitting out in the parking lot of my apartment complex, looking at the plans with a tape measure and my bike, and I was basically had this tape measure like spread in all these different directions, and basically envisioning, where a rail would be or where a ledge would be without it actually being there. And there was a couple people that drove by and just kind of looked at me funny, like, why is this guy in this parking lot with just a tape measure and his bike and his phone and computer over here? Like, it was just really funny looking, but this is what became of it. So, I guess that embarrassment was worth it. For those who have been around BMX a little bit, they know that back several years back, I had the bakery, which was my own facility in Chicago. I basically built things that I could move around and basically create your own setup, and then guys would come to town, like Ben Lewis, for example, who would take things and totally rearrange them to whatever his style was. So that's what I think is awesome with this. It's just going to be kind of a fresh park whenever you want to switch things around, and it's going to be relatively easy without kind of uprooting this whole place and rebuilding it, So I think that was the main goal, Like this rail behind me, for example, is probably going to see tricks that have never been done before ever on Earth, and then this rail also might be some kid's first handrail. So here we are, Battle of Hastings. There's going to be 2 riders in here for only 1 hour, and they're going to make an edit, and that's basically going to go into their final score for the contest. And it's going to be really exciting because you're going to have a lot of different guys with a lot of different styles. There's going to be things that when I was designing this place I kind of anticipated people will do, and then perhaps the most exciting part is that there's going to be things that I never even dreamed of, and I designed this place, and now here I am like seeing stuff like, oh, I didn't even realize you could go from there to there or grind from there to there. And so it's going to be awesome, and it's going to be incredible just seeing not only the talent but also the creativity of all the guys and just how they use this place to their advantage. This plaza in general just looks incredible, and I want to say thanks to Source Park for the opportunity to be involved with Battle of Hastings, but also involved in a park that's going to stay here and be enjoyed by many. And also thank you Jeff Klugowitz for all his help, and he's a good friend of mine, and he helped me design this place. And just anyone who rides this and enjoys it, thank you. Looking forward to seeing all the awesome stuff that comes out of here in the future.